So Disney's The Little Mermaid was a big topic of discussion back when the trailer first dropped. Obviously, there was a lot of videos from myself, and not only just me, but other YouTubers who were just completely roasting this complete terrible live adaptation that they're trying to push down people's throats and trying to pretend like they didn't do this for identity politics, which was pretty obvious as to why they did it. But they always going to try to pretend like that's not the reason. And one of the things that's probably the most insulting is that they tried to swear to you that this was the person who was best for the role. We promised that was the person who was best for the role. It is so annoying because you know they are lying. That's not to say that the best person for the role was to be a white person, but what I'm telling you is that it becomes really clear and really ironic when every single time it's only a white person being race swapped, they want to come out and try to tell you that, oh no, we didn't race swap it for identity politics. We race swapped it because they were the best person for the role. It's a terrible excuse that they come up with every single time they want to push identity politics and try to hide it behind some lame ass excuse that they want to just basically give hand me outs and sloppy seconds to the black man or to the Spanish man or whatever the case may be, Hispanic man. Like, they try to hand minorities hand me downs and they try to give sloppy seconds of white known characters to minorities to try to claim diversity, and it really is a lazy thing to do. So we're going to get into the article, guys. This one comes from good old Bounding Into Comics, because yet again, good old Disney likes to say that the Little Mermaid live action remake director Rob Marshall claims that we saw everybody and every ethnicity before casting race-swapped Ariel. Now, forgive me if I don't believe you at all, Mr. Rob Marshall. I don't believe you in the slightest, because it has just an amazing track record that it seems like every single white character in known Hollywood that was known notoriously to be a white character is all of a sudden just being race swapped to be a black character for the most part. Sometimes it's the Latino character, but for the most part, it's a black character that they're throwing in there. And you want everybody to believe that it just so happens to be that they were the best person for the role every single time. The law of averages doesn't really side on your favor, you know what I'm saying? So it says, in light of the backlash to Disney's race swapping of Ariel for their upcoming live action remake of The Little Mermaid, director Rob Marshall has adamantly denied that there was any sort of agenda behind the casting of Halle Bailey as a traditionally fair-skinned princess. Marshall, whose previous directorial credits include Chicago, Memoirs of a Geisha, and Mary Poppins Returns, offered his side of the story while speaking with Entertainment Weekly about The Little Mermaid's development. The director first broached the subject of Ariel's race after being asked by outlet reporter Nick Romano how he felt seeing the numerous social media posts featuring young black kids expressing excitement at seeing the role being played by a black woman rather than a white one. Now, this particular thing I want to address really quick. I can't even begin to tell you how many completely, utterly, obviously fake fucking videos I saw on social media regarding this. It is amazing to me what parents are willing to do and what parents are willing to use their kids for internet clout. It is amazing to me. You had a bunch of parents basically setting up their kids and telling them to do XYZ before the camera started rolling, knowing damn well what it was going to be when it went viral on TikTok, which is what all of these overly grown adults are trying to do with their children. It's really sad. You can tell right off the bat when watching those videos that they were fake as hell, that the reactions were fake as hell, that they were obviously told to say what they said in the video, and it was all planned. Now, is some people excited that Ariel is black? Probably. Most likely, there are going to be some people who are perfectly fine with that, and they're going to be excited for it. But the majority of the people are like, that seems pretty lazy. That seems pretty straight on. Like, that's definitely an agenda, most likely, because you have to admit that it is awfully convenient that it's only white characters, or I should say known notorious white characters, that are being race swapped to be black characters. And this whole excuse of, oh no, they were the best for the job, it's a tired excuse. You really can't use that anymore. It says, I wasn't anticipating that because in a way, I felt like we've moved so far past that kind of thing, but then you realize in a way we haven't, replied Marshall. It was very moving to me to see how important this kind of casting is for the world. However, despite the importance which he views Bailey's casting as Ariel, the director then attempted to assure Romano and his readers that there was no agenda behind Disney's asking the actress to be a part of the Little Mermaid's world. We were just looking for the best actor for the role, period, declared Marshall. The end. Yeah, I don't believe you. I'm sorry, Mr. Marshall. Marshall. I don't believe you. I don't, because you're so quick to want to discredit it. You're so quick to want to throw it to the side. Do you have a listing of the people that you actually, interviewed for the role, or you casted for the role? Do you have a list? I would love to see. I would love to see who you actually looked at for this role, because I would guarantee that numbers are probably going to be heavily skewed to one direction. I would almost guarantee that. So if you have that list, I would love to see it. Prove me wrong. You know what I mean? Don't make one up now. Don't get me wrong, because that's probably what you're going to do. But still, I would love to see who you actually went after. It says, we saw everybody in every ethnicity, he added, maintaining that the only goals he and his fellow members of the film's production team had during the casting process was to find someone who can act incredibly strong, passionate, beautiful, smart, and clever, and deliver such a performance with a great deal of fire and joy. Halle still had that freshness in herself, concluded Marshall. As soon as we cast her, we were really thinking in terms of how we can make this her Ariel. As of writing, Halle's murky, hard-to-see CGI-heavy debut as Ariel is currently on track to crash into theaters on May 26, 2023. Oh man, guys, listen, a short and sweet article, but man, it is true. It is true. They are 100% agenda driven. No matter how bad, they are desperate to try to convince you otherwise. I promise you, when it comes to something like The Little Mermaid, and Disney especially, come on, man. Look at what Disney has done with all of their IPs lately. I swear, it is so obvious that this was an agenda driven decision, and they absolutely did not hire based on merit alone. Granted, she was a great singer. I'm sure she could do the role, but let's be real. You had a plan. You had an idea from the start. You knew you were going to make this into a black Ariel. You knew you wanted to make this into another version of Ariel. You knew that. So you had that plan from the beginning, and you went into this in the hiring process knowing damn well that you were not going to hire no white girl with red hair to play Ariel. I promise you that. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy, and if you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought of today's story, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.